Hello, can you guys hear me? Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me get the camera up. Interesting. So my camera does not want to work, which is weird. You guys can hear me right though? You can hear me? Sorry guys, I'm trying this new like, I don't know, filter thingy and it's supposed to flip my camera for me, but for some reason it is not playing the screen. That's weird. Hold on, give me a second guys. Um, mm, Can you guys hear me? Or can you guys see me? Can you see me or you can't see me? You can hear me, but you can't see me, right? Hello, my children. Can you can you see me? I don't think so because I can't see myself. Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. It's working. Okay. I think it's working at least. Can you all see this? All of this? Goodness. Okay. Oh, now I feel so much better. I was like, I'm trying this new thing, guys. I'm trying to be like a real like YouTuber and get all this fancy equipment. So I'm so out of place. Okay, awesome. Oh, my beautifuls. I'm so happy to see you guys here. All right, so you can see this little pop up on the screen. Oh, snap. Can you guys? I don't think you can read that either. Let me flip this. Shoot. Yeah, now you can read it. All right, we're going to go through my patented hand method today. This is how I do all my hands. It's like I used to not be able to draw hands at all. And then I started like playing around with a bunch of tutorials and doing all the and then I found this perfect method that works for me after doing so many like practices and so many hand methods. So let's get into it. Sorry if my face looks minging, guys. I just woke up from a nap. It was such a good nap, guys. But I was like, I have to teach my kids. I have to go teach my children. So it's for all for you guys, all for you. Oh, you were drawing a hand last night. Okay, go finish your audiobook. All right. So real quick, I'm gonna walk through what I do step by step. Then I'll go through a little bit of the anatomy stuff you guys are gonna need to know. It'll be quick, I promise. Nothing as like intense as the muscles lesson. And then we're gonna start working on our own hands over on my beautiful monitor boy over here. I need to get a better system than this app monitor, but for now, y'all gotta bear with me. All right. So I got the first steps up here. Can you guys read this? Does it say toast and then triangle on your side? I'm trying to make sure that my camera will stop flipping weird. Ooh, small homes. Hello. We can't read it. Oh, snap. Oh, you can't see it. Okay, okay. Let me see. Let me see if this works. Image two. Okay, can you see it now? It's like an image of like two hands. It's over here. Actually, it's over here. Okay, it's backwards? Okay. So if I do this, then it won't be backwards. How is it now? Okay, so some of you guys can see it. We can read the words hands, but we can't read the words. Okay, now you can read it. All right, let's go. Yes, sir. Okay. Y'all like my headband? I got my new headband. I was guys, if you know me, I love my headbands. I also got like a microphone. Hold on, let's see if it's working now. It was fat expensive, so the girl's gonna use it. I'm gonna try it. All right, let's turn this on. Let's turn this bad boy on. Cause I was listening to my audio the other day and it was just like it was rough. All right, so it should be working now. Let's see. Hello. Hello. I feel so I feel silly. All right, should be working now. All right, let's go. Okay, so the beginning, let's start with the simple stuff first. The toast. So the toast is my way of breaking down my hands. Like I start all my hands off with the toast. It's basically this 3D box that I visualize all my hands with. So let's see, I'm gonna pull this up over here this way so you guys can see. So over here, You guys can see all hands ever have like this very basic toast shape. Even complicated hands, you're gonna have that basic shape. Like, let's say this hand over in the corner right next to me. I'm trying to get the layers right. This hand over in the corner next to me. I'm gonna pull this over so you guys can see it a little bit better. Yeah, you don't need to see my face. Yeah, that's more important. Okay, so the hand in the corner next to me, it still has that basic toast shape too. But if you guys can imagine a 3D box and like imagine a piece of toast, then you're good. So let's say that's your 3D box. You can see how I omitted this portion of it. That's because that's where the triangle comes into play. So you guys see this triangle, that green triangle. I always draw a triangle or a trapezoid because my brain just gets confused. I'm like, oh my gosh, how does the thumb connect to all of this? And so that's what I do next. I draw the triangle. You guys don't have to follow along with me right now. I'm just trying to show you kind of my process, and then we're going to get into some hands, some step-by-step. I'm going to draw all for you. Sniff, sniff. I smell a good teacher. Thank you. You're gonna gas me up, guys. I love it. All right, let me get the next image up there. Yeah, this is the step-by-step, boys. This is the step-by-step. I wish I took my screenshots before though, because I'm gonna be dragging them all night long. Okay, and we're saved. Capture. Sorry, guys, I'm pulling up the other image. But while I do that, you guys go ahead and tell me what team you're on. I like to see kind of like what teams are like kind of showing up, because sometimes we usually have like a super active class and some classes are not very active. I'm always curious about that. Like last time it was orange class was really active. I'm trying to think who was other really active as well. Yeah, we had a few pretty active classes. Last time I think green class was pretty on top of it. Yo, I've seen a lot of you guys. Okay, we got a good diversity today. All right. I like the team competitions. I think they're fun. I think it's fun to play around with. Apparently, we also have another small competition going on the Discord. It's like the frogs versus the Elmos, like for the PFPs. Like if you've noticed, like the PFPs are a little different too. Ah, it's not wanting to pull up. So I'm just gonna do it this way because I think it'll be easier if I just get rid of if I just go through my monitor, because I wanted to have them pop up on the screen, but I think that it's going to take too long. So we're just going to switch all the way to camera, move this out of here. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it old school, guys. I wanted to be fancy. I wanted to be fancy, but you got to do what you got to do. All right, let me just pull it up, old school method. All right, so by the end of today, I want you guys to be able to draw this. This is a pretty basic hand, or a pretty like basic version of hand, like not like it's a pretty complicated hand, but the pose isn't very difficult. That's kind of what I'm saying. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna turn off my light so you guys can actually look better with the light on. All right, let's go through the step-by-steps. So I forced my sister to give me all these reference images because my hand is always minging. Like, I don't know, like I used to play basketball as a kid, so my hands are like super sausage-like because I kept jamming my fingers. So, all right, step one of all my hands is the toast. You guys can see this red. I'm gonna use like a nice, really light purple so it can cut through all that. All right. That's the step one. Super easy. On your piece of paper, just rectangle. When it gets to different poses, you're going to start seeing the 3D aspect of it. But for now, I'm going to keep it nice and simple with the rectangle. Step two is the triangle, which is what I was talking about before. And basically, I connect the thumb via the triangle. Sometimes you could throw a trapezoid if you're feeling a little spicy, but either way, super helpful. The next thing I do is the finger fries. When can I draw hands? Going to draw finger guns. You are going to be there, guys. You're going to be there, I promise. This method is so good. I use this every time. I've been drawing hands for such a long time. I still use this method. All right, the next one is the finger fries. It's basically my way of making like a line of action for the fingers, because sometimes if I don't do it, the fingers look really stiff. So you got to do it. All right, and the last thing that I do is the loops. I divide my fingers up into 2 sections. Sometimes I'll do 3, but I find 2 sections make it really easy for me. So usually I'll divide my finger into the first section and then a longer section, 2 sections. And then later on when I'm adding details, I'll break them up. So this is something really interesting that I'm going to have to tell you guys about before we go into anything. This is like super important. So let me find a picture of the backhand. Okay, perfect. No, I don't want that. I just want the back of the hand. Sorry, guys. Procreate mess. You know how it is. The layers, all the layers. Copy and paste. Gone. All right, there you go. That's good. All right, this is really important. Okay, so proportions of your hands. So over here, you see I have a front and a back hand. Here, I'm gonna move me out of the way a little bit. I'm not that important. It's the hands today. All right, there you go. Okay. Oh snap. Yeah, no, that's better. The light's on. Okay. How do you join game night? Game night is usually just a voice chat, and then we'll just talk and play a game and stuff like that. Why are we going so fast? I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Don't worry. We're going to go over this process 100 times tonight. I'm just going through the basics for you guys real quick so we can get a load down on the basics, and then we're going to go into like all the good stuff. Like we're going to go into all the complicated stuff. But for now, we're just going to go over the basics. So I think it will be helpful for you guys to see this on the back and the front hand at the same time. So let's do that again. So this is the toast of the front hand. I mean the back of the hand. That's the toast. Sorry guys, ignore those lines right here. This is a proportion thing I was doing before. And this is the toast on the back of the hand. The triangle is pretty much the same, but you're going to notice that the triangle is going to be a little bit different. So the triangle on the back of the hand is going to have, it's going to be a little bit smaller because the thumb's kind of pulled a little bit more closely. Trying to get the glare off my thing. In the triangle on the front side, you can denote it as a trapezoid if you want, or you can just straight up pull in that triangle. I think I'm gonna do a trapezoid today. I think it might be easier. All right, so here's where we're gonna get into a little bit of hand proportion stuff, a little bit of crazy stuff. This isn't the complicated part. Oof. It's complicated, but what makes it easy is the position of the hands are pretty anatomical. They're pretty standard. It's not doing all the like, the weird stuff with your hands. Okay. So you know what? You want to know something really cool, guys? How the hands work. So this is you guys take your screenshots. We're gonna get into some math. I'm gonna cover it in my more condensed like YouTube video later, but I just want to give you guys a little bit of a rundown. So half of the hand, the whole palm, like the whole front part of your palm right here, is about the same size as all the way to the top of the middle finger. So this, if you copy and paste and move that, would be around the same size as that. So that's pretty cool. But when you come over to the palm, this is not going to be the same size as all the way to the tippy top of the middle finger. Actually, the fingers are going to be a little bit shorter than the size of the palm. And you guys want to know the reason why? Because there's like webbing in between these fingers. You have webbing on the back of your hands and you don't have webbing on the front of your hands. So it makes the front of your hands look shorter. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. Art is so hard. I'm sorry, guys, but remember what we're drawing for. Those beautiful anime hands. Ahsoka's hands are legendary, guys. We got to remember what we're doing it for. All right, all right. So we're almost done with the basics, and then we're going to get into some fun drawing, all that good stuff. But we got to get through the good stuff. or the anatomy stuff. All right, so the next thing I like to do is the finger fries, which I told you guys about, or basically the lines of actions for the fingers. So that's not going to change. It's going to be pretty much the same for both the back and the front of the hand. Here's where it gets a little bit different. After I lay down my finger fries so I can kind of see the length and stuff, I will add the doubles. So if you guys want to know something really cool about your fingers, so your fingers are divided pretty much in half on the back of your hand. Oh, sorry, it's doing that thing where it's trying to flash. All right, at the knuckle. So right here at this knuckle area, it's about directly half of the entire finger. So this half is the same size as that half. And if you divide the half again, right here, you're going to basically have two equal halves. So the method that I use to draw all my fingers is I divide my fingers into two sections. And then sometimes I just leave it like that. Like I'll just divide them into two sections, but of course you can divide them further down, but sometimes I'll just leave them like that because it's so much easier. Oh no, guys, it's okay. I don't worry about this life. I'm just having fun. You guys are so sweet though. You're like you're like my little knights in shining armor. It's so adorable. Thank you. All right. So it's a little bit different for the palm of the hand because the palm of the hand doesn't have that webbing. So the fingers get shorter, which is dumb, but anatomy. So we can't use the two double methods as easily as we would have before because of course the fingers aren't as nicely proportioned. So I kind of chunk it up into three when I'm drawing the palm of the hand just because it's a little bit easier to visualize. They're almost the same size, the different sections when you're looking at the palm of the hand. So I don't worry too much about like accurate proportions. That's what I would say. All right. So the next thing that I want to show you guys is kind of how this would all come together. So we just talked basically about everything that I just did. So I want to show you how I would do that in a drawing right now before we move on. So I think it's really important. All right. Let's start from the beginning. Oh my gosh, the layers. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, let's say that I wanted to draw this hand right here. And I'm like, okay, how am I going to start with that? First thing I would do, of course, the toes. Looks good, looks good. Second thing I would do, oh, sorry, I don't like how it's getting super light. It's like getting really light, and it's like, I might need to turn down the brightness on this. Hold on, it's gonna fix itself in a second. It might just be the or maybe if I bring it closer, yes, that looks so much better. Okay. Okay. So I would start with the palm, and then I would add the triangle, and then I would add the mittens. Sorry, we didn't talk about the mittens, but sometimes I like to draw like a mitten to kind of spread it out for myself, just so I can see the spread. Next, I would add the finger fries right there. And then finally, I would come in with this one's palm side, but I did doubles on this one just because I like them easier. It's just easier for me to visualize the fingers. And then the last thing I do is detail work. So I just kind of lower or erase all the layers on top of that one, and I do all this fancy detail. And it's not as fancy as you guys think. I'm just kind of like putting the lines across the hands. There's certain lines across the hands that you're going to have memorized. It's just the name of the game, but we can talk about that later. All right, so how are you guys feeling? Okay, oh, sorry, if I'm going way too fast, guys, I'm going to have this video. I have a condensed YouTube version of this video with all of this stuff. And if you're a Patreon supporter, you already have all these photos in the Patreon, so you can just go scroll through it as I talk. But actually, the live lesson is for people to ask me questions, and then I make a shorter, like, really quick YouTube video with, like, all the information laid out for you guys. So how are you guys going? Too fast, help, pretty good, progress, I think, fast, okay. How big or small do you do this? I'm talking about, I am so glad you asked me that question because I have the perfect diagram for you. All right. Guys, I had to take so many hand pictures. I was like, oh my God. And then I found this great app that I could take the the backgrounds out of, which is nice because you guys would have saw all of my like my desk in my room, and it would just not look good. All right. But no, that was a great question. So some people kind of, when I started out this method, I was like, how does the triangle work? And I really wanted to be able to show you guys. So I actually did that for you guys. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Okay. That was a great question. Okay. So you were asking how big or small do you make the triangle? So a good rule of thumb. Oh, ooh, that was so smart and intelligent. Oh my God, I'm great. Okay, but a good way to kind of visualize it is basically what I do. Oh man, sorry, that color's really light. I want to darken that up a little bit because I can't really see that well. Sorry guys, hopefully on the next live I'll be able to work out that screen share thing. So I'll just be able to like pop this up on my screen without having to do the screen projector of death thing. But basically, it's depending on how close the thumb is to your hand. So you see how the thumb's moving away from your hand, that triangle's starting to get bigger? And that triangle gets really, really big when your thumb's all the way away. Spider-Man. Teach me. The mitten method. Okay. Okay. So the mitten method is basically, it's optional, but I love it so much because I love to get that spiral out of my hands. So basically what I would do is I'd see how the fingers are falling. Like let's say this would be your mitten basically, because that's the angle at which your fingers are kind of descending down. I think it's so beautiful to be able to illustrate that and it looks great. So I wanted to, and so this one would be a little bit more condensed because the fingers aren't as spread apart as the other one. And this one will be really far out because you get some nice finger action. And then the mitten itself, for the thumb part, I just kind of do that. Super lazy. I ain't gonna connect them or anything. It's just for the four fingers basically. So you can get that beautiful arch. I don't know how to draw. Where's the triangle connected to the finger fry? Oh, the finger fries, don't worry about that. It's not very anatomical. Basically what I do is it's basically my way of seeing how the fingers are bending, because sometimes fingers will bend a little bit. Sometimes they'll go like this. Sometimes they'll kind of curve inward a little bit. So if I want to kind of play with some of those organic shapes, I kind of do that. So it's not that you have to stress out if it's not in the middle or if it's not in the position. It's basically for your mind to kind of visualize it a little bit. How do you draw a thumb? I can't really do it. That's a great question. Okay, that's a great question. So let's use our photo over here to illustrate a thumb. Oh man, I wish it had layers. I think I maxed out the layers on this one. That's okay. What I'll do is I'm gonna canvas, make it smaller. Yes, give me back those layers. They're back. All right, that's a great question. You guys have great questions tonight. Okay, so how I do the thumb, basically, let's turn this all off. I'm gonna turn down one of these pictures so I can have space. Okay, so you have your toast. Hold on, it's doing that thing where it's not shining through. All right, cool, 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 cool. So that would be your toast for this image, and then you would have it over here. So basically, you can copy shapes. You can draw hands, guys. You can draw them. So I'm going to copy that same shape here, try to emulate it. Do, 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 do. That sounds like Mario music. Oh my gosh. So that's the basic shape that we're going to try to copy right now. It's even better than tracing because all you got to do is you just got to try to get that same shape look. Super easy. Because I find tracing, I don't know why. I think tracing's hard to me. Like it's like you have to like be very careful because then it always makes your line art look weird. I don't know. I think tracing's harder than like it's easier just to copy the shapes than to trace, in my opinion. All right, cool. So we copied our basic shape over here, and the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add that triangle. So that's just basically our way of connecting the hand to the rest of the hand. Cool, cool, cool. That's good. And so for my thumb, let's add our line of actions. I think I'm going to do the mitten for this one too. It's optional. The mitten's optional, but I kind of love it. I think it's fun. Okay, so the mitten for this guy, it comes all the way up here, and then he comes around. So let's copy that too. Yeah, these are my sister's hands. She's got great fingers, man. She's got great hands. Okay, cool. So let's do the line of actions for the rest of the fingers. They're pretty standard. These aren't like really interesting or anything. So I'm just going to kind of throw them up, try to space them out pretty accurately as possible. It's not very scientific, so it's not really a way to space them out. I just kind of give them enough like space for the fingers. But what's fun about the mitten is you can kind of see the arch, so your fingers will kind of start going down as you use the mitten. Sorry guys, the quality is not very good. Maybe if I zoom in, it'll give it a little bit more. All right. Ooh, congratulations! I got your drawing tablet. Yeah, I think I'm gonna change the background color. It's a little too light, and I think it's messing with the thing. Oh yeah, that's so much better. Yeah, I think I can see that so much better. Okay, cool, 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 cool. All right, so that's the finger fries. Let's talk about the thumb. Or let's do the whole hand today. It's not that hard. Let's do it. Let's do it. We can do it. All right, let's take our like a orange yellow, and I'm gonna divide the thumb into two basic shapes. Literally, that's it. So let's copy that over here. Thumb, two basic shapes. I've heard people describe the thumb kind of as like a dog head. Like they think it looks like a dog head kind of. You see how this kind of looks like a dog head? I don't know. It looks like more like a sausage to me. I don't know. Not seeing the dog head thing, but so there you go. Good looking thumb. The black is a lot better. Yeah. I'm hoping by next week I'll just be able to screen share it straight on here from my iPad because I'm not loving the setup that I got going on. It's kind of crazy. All right. But that thumb's a little bit too straight for me because you can see this thumb's kind of curving down. So let's kind of capture that nice curve that's going on with the thumb here today. So what I do later is I'm going to erase all of these like things that I drew over here, like all of this. I'm going to erase it. I'm going to draw on top of it so I can get those nice details. So it always looks really bad at first, and then you start to like you draw on top of it so you can get like the nice crispness out of it. Because this is just kind of our sketch, basically our skeleton. So for the other fingers, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to divide everything into two. So by that first knuckle and then the second one, we're going to divide everything by two. It's going to look pretty good. I think my thumb was a little too far out. Sorry, I can see that now. Doop, 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 doop. So let's break up our other shapes here into two. One, two, one, two. Make sure that the middle finger knuckle is going to be bigger than the other knuckles. Or not knuckles, but higher up, sorry. It's going to be higher up because the middle finger is going to be higher up. And then we're going to turn the opacity down on all of these, and we're going to get a nice little outline for us today. All right, let's do the pinky. The pinky's a little bit further out in this image, so I'm going to try to get that going too. All right, cool, 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 cool. I think we got a pretty good base to work with right now. So let's turn the opacity down on all those layers. Oh, yeah, this is the school that so I got accepted into Georgia Tech this fall. Woo, yay! So I'm going there next year. Hey, what's your question? That reminds me of those calligraphy pointy Cheeto puffs. You're right. You're right. I can't get the fingers to be like a little curve. All the fingers look soggy and French from McDonald's. Oh, okay. So we're just doing the general shapes right now. And what we're going to do is what I do is I always work in layers. So what I do is I take this and I'm going to lower the opacity and I'm kind of going to carve out my fingers from that basic shape thing that we did. So let's use a red. And I'm going to really get in there right now. I want you guys to really see how I kind of work through my process. So I'm going to blow this up pretty big. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Looking good. All right. Cool. So I'm going to show you how kind of I carve everything out. So we have those basic shapes from before. So I'm using that triangle to start with the thumb. So you guys see how the thumb kind of that creases inwards like this? Kind of creases inward. So we're gonna remember that little skin crease right here. I hate that it's like the computer glare. It's driving me crazy. Sorry guys. Alrighty, and then we have the second loop right here. I'm just gonna throw in a nail. I don't know if you guys can see this color very well. It's hard to see. Let's try green. I don't know if that can be seen very well either. The purple's working pretty good. Let's switch to the purple. So I'm defining that first knuckle over here, and then I'm gonna come out to my thumb. This is your metacarpal right here. So you're gonna need to kind of bump that out. Knuckle, first knuckle. That's your metacarpal down there, actually. This is your metacarpal. Okay, guys, in between the fingers, what I do is I put a little bit of fingering right here, webbing, sorry. So the webbing kind of stops halfway down the first like finger digit phalanx. It's like that first, you have like these three different divisions on your fingers. So that first one, it stops halfway up that one. So that's how I connect my fingers pretty much. It looks pretty nice too. So I'm connecting my fingers basically with that. I'm making sure to bump my fingers out a little bit. Come inward. Looking good. Okay, we can add a nail too, just to make it a little spicy. Add a nail. First knuckle. Oops. Just a little bit. So what I do when I'm drawing my fingers, I try to make sure that I get it bumpier around the knuckle area. Thinner in the areas where the knuckles are kind of meeting up, and then bumpy again. Oh, hello, Comic Cat. Yo, is it looking nice? That's exactly what I hear. I love it. I'm so glad. So we are just coming through, adding a fingernail. Yes, sir. And then we're gonna I'm just gonna kind of soften those bad boys up again. I'm not used to working on like a dark background though. It's kind of tricking my eyeballs. I'm like, whoa, trippy. Alrighty, last finger's done. All right, let's do that pinky, and then we'll be good to go for this one. There you go. Almost done, guys. We're almost done. We're making our way. Oh, Ramen Child. Hey, what's up? I'm glad that I could be of service. This is my patented method. I too struggled with hands, so I had to do this all the time just to break down my hands. Now that I've drawn them a few times, I can skip a few steps, like I skip the mitten step, and sometimes I just skip the a few of the steps, but I still use it. I still use it just the same. It's super helpful too. I like it a lot. I think it's helpful, especially if I'm doing a really complicated hand. I think it works pretty good. All right, looks good. I'm gonna darken up some of those like mid spots, just because that's my thing, and add some texture to the hand. I don't like the graphics on this. I can't really see it too well. Let's see if there's any way that I can make this a little bit more visible for you guys, so you can see what I'm doing, because it's a lot of detail stuff. Oh, if you're drawing digital and you don't have an Apple Pen, try using a stylus from the store. I'm sorry, it's better than your finger, but the real beauty of the Apple Pen is you get that pressure touch, kind of. But that's kind of the only thing I can tell you. Let me see if I can lower the brightness on this thing, and maybe that'll make it easier to see. Sorry guys. If sometimes I lower the brightness, it looks better. Let's see if it's looking better here. Nope. All right. It looks just the same. I did nothing. I did nothing. But those are my basic steps, everybody. So what I like to do when I'm adding detail to my hands is sometimes I'm going to add some like, see, I'm really wondering if I turn off the light, would it look better or would it look worse? I'm wondering if I go like all dark, would it like, let me see if I turn off all the lights. No, I'll leave one on.
It looks like you haven't set up any
Siri.
home today.
Sorry guys, my Siri is being annoying. Oh no, they look like they were chopped off and put back on. I'm sorry, bud. Okay, so really important when you're drawing your hands, let's talk a little bit about details. So you have 4 tendons that kind of go across the back of your hand. Pretty much right here. Alina, my sister, you can't really see her tendons very well. You have 2 tendons that make the anatomical snuff box of the thumb. When your hand's kind of resting, you can't see it too well. But if you lift your hand up like this, you can see all 4 of the tendons. So that's important to keep in mind. But the knuckles are pretty important also. It's important to remember that they're there. Bro, my pinky looked like it built different. Oh my god. Okay, so you struggle with the right side of the hand. Okay, so the right side of your hand has something called the. I'm assuming the right side of your hand is your pinky hand because sometimes they flip. Or are you talking about the thumb side? Because they're pretty different, like anatomically. My fingers are so skinny, and for what? Oh no. Okay, so it's a lot of practice. Oh, hey, we're just doing hands tonight. So you guys are just, once you start practicing a bunch, it's going to start coming to you and you're going to start getting them all down. So let's do some practice tonight. That was just like a low down. We're going to get into some fun ones. Oh, guys, I wanted to show you something. So it doesn't come up very good, but I drew these. I was so proud of them, bro. I was like, oh my gosh. I really like the coloring work on this, but you guys can't see it because the stream wants to be silly. Bop, bop. But we're going to work on some hands tonight. So I gave you guys a few references. What if I don't use an Apple Pencil? Don't worry, guys. You can even get a piece of paper and a pencil out, and you can just draw with us today. So let's pull up those references, and let's get to work today, because I think it's going to be fun. All right, let's find the references. Insert a photo. Where are the references? Got them. There you go. All right. There they are. How do you color like that? I actually have a coloring tutorial that's going to be going up tomorrow, I think, or next weekend. It's like a YouTube video. It's not a very like in-depth step-by-step, but it's kind of like a process of how I go. So I hope you guys can see these pretty well. Can you guys see these? So I want to go through one or two today and like kind of go through how I do them. And maybe you guys can copy me as I go, and then we'll just have a lot of fun. So I'm gonna let you guys choose a few, and then we'll go through those two for the day. Okay. So this one's a little too hard for tonight. I did this one myself earlier today, and it took a little bit of while, and I was just like, we don't got time for that. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I did it a while ago, and I was like, it was just too complicated for the live today, but I was proud of myself. I was like, they look kind of good, you know? So we're going to do a little bit of the more easier ones to explain, I guess, because I don't think I could explain the complication that I did, the complicated process I went through. All right, I'm going to label them kind of like one through like, I don't know, like whatever. And you guys kind of will pick the one we do for right now and then do the next one later. So if you're working with a pencil and a paper, I would advise you to get a color pencil out because you're going to need something very light. Or if you have a really light HB pencil and then a very dark like 2B pencil, you're going to need a really light pencil because we work in layers. So we're going to have some really ugly sketches and then we're going to go on top and then we're going to do our detail work. So if you guys have a color pencil out, okay, let's do this. I'm going to label them, and you guys are going to just say the number that you want. I think this one will be fun for tonight. That's going to be so much fun. This one's going to be so much fun, too. I love that. Snizzles. I'm trying to think the easiest ones to explain. Let's do the thumbs up. So you guys go ahead and do 1 through 3. 1, 2, or 3 for the one you want to do for tonight, and I'll just kind of look and see if there's a consensus on anything. This one's 1, this one's 3, and this one's 2 right here. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of 2s. I'm seeing some 1s. All right. I'm seeing some 1s. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of 2s. Oh, never mind. The 1s are coming back. All right, so now it's between 1 or 2. If I see 3 2s in a row, we'll go for it. Oh, there was 3 1s in a row. All right, it was 1. 1 was the winner. Don't worry, guys. We're going to play the game again, and you guys will be able to choose the next one that we're going to draw tonight. So 1 won, and 1 was the one in the middle. Okay, so let's copy and paste this one out. I love drawing hands, guys. I really do. I think it's so much fun. I'm not going to lie. I love drawing them. It's just a little hard during the live because I'm trying to like read the chat at the same time, so my eyeballs are just whoop, you know? But we're going to get through it. I got this. We got this. It's so much fun. I love this. This is my stuff, guys. This is my bread and butter. So I'm going to use a black just because I want to be able to see, and I want you guys to be able to see too. I usually don't use black for my color because I don't like the way it looks, so I always make my line art tinted something like blue or something, but I'm hoping that if you guys can see, it's all worth it. Yeah, I can see that pretty good. All right, let's start with the toast, guys. This one's a little hard because the toast in this picture is that 3D box. You're gonna have to 3D mind stuff. You gotta think about it. So you can see that 3D box right there. Kind of. You guys can kind of see it. Will this be live on your channel? Yes, it will be. I'm afraid the quality will be minging though, because every time it uploads live, the quality is just like. But you guys will be able to. I'm gonna make a more in-depth video. It's not like quite a live lesson, so it's a little more condensed tomorrow. So you guys will be able to watch that tomorrow. But yeah, all the pictures are already on Patreon for you guys too. So let's do this thing. Let's draw the box. This one reminds me of a triangle, kind of. A triangle, and you have another rectangle going across. So let's try to attempt to recreate that shape we got to see here. It's going to be a little difficult, guys. I find the box is the most difficult to recreate, but if you can do the box right, then you are good to go. You're golden. Okay. So I'm just copying the shape. I actually did this wrong a little bit. This diagonal is going to be a little bit harsher across. Guys, the shapes also don't have to be perfect. You don't have to get. Also, all these reference images that I pulled up today is going to be on the Discord. They're already there, so you guys don't have to keep looking at my blurry reference in the back behind me. So you guys can go pull up them on the Discord. All right, so we're copying the box, guys. We're copying the box. All right, I think that's pretty similar. I think this is pretty similar in look. Yeah, I think that looks pretty similar. Yo, you did it. Woo, yes. Okay, I'm going to slow down a little bit. So I'm going to be talking so you guys can catch up with me. Looking good, looking good. All right. So while they do that, I think I can just draw on the wrist. This, you don't have to draw on the wrist if you don't want to. So I'm just gonna, I see the bump of the ulna. Or that might be your carpal bones. I don't know. It looks like the ulna though, because it's pretty close to that wrist. So I'm gonna think that's the ulna. Might be the carpal, so don't hold me to it, but see a little ulna bump. Actually, it kind of looks like the carpals. No. Could be though. So I'm just doing this so you guys can catch up. You guys don't have to draw the rest. I want some of you guys to be able to catch up with your box because that's the hardest part, and it's also the foundation. So I want you guys to be able to catch up with that. Remember, guys, think basic shapes. When in doubt, basic shapes, and you add your details later so you don't get overwhelmed. Basic shapes, details later. Yeah, the black is showing up so much better. Yeah, it's showing up so much better. Hi, Beyonce. I'm so sorry I missed your live. I was finishing up work. Nah, sis, you do what you do. Don't worry about it. Okay. Ulna joint, I think. Yes, that's the ulna bone, I'm pretty sure. Because it's pinky side. All right, cool. I think it looks pretty close. All right, I think people caught up by now. So let's start on to the mittens, aka the finger fries. I kind of do this step at the same time just to avoid the sadness. So let's take a dark blue and kind of place our finger fries. So actually, I think it's gonna be easier if I do the knuckles along with the finger fries. So these right here, they look like your metacarpals that are coming right here. So let's draw those real quick. Guys, it really helps to know the anatomy. So I'm going to release like a really in-depth anatomy video tomorrow. So you guys will be able to know all the names and stuff of what I'm talking about. And it's going to be really good for you guys. So you'll be able to watch it on your own and just kind of screenshot and take pictures. I love screenshotting videos. I do it all the time. I have like this big folder of just screenshotting videos. Do I look back at them? No. But they're there, just in case I need them. All right, so I kind of just threw in some of those carpal bones right here. They look like this, and this one. I like Georgia Tech too. Yes, it's a good school. Dude, I don't even know what I want to do with my life. Like, I don't even know. I'm straight up, I'm gonna be undecided for like a fat minute. Like, I would love to go into it for art, but like, I don't know. I've never been a fan of art degrees. I just feel like all the stuff you can learn about art, you can do it on the internet. And you can buy books and stuff. I feel like what's good about art college is it's really good for students who love that structure and like they want to work side by side, but rub the elbows with professionals. And I totally understand that. But it's kind of like I'm a pretty self-motivated learner. Like I don't like need the kind of the formality of school to like get like learn my own stuff. And I like the independence to learn what I want to learn, and not the stress. Because I feel like art college would ruin art for me. Like I genuinely feel that like the art professors just yelling in my ear just would ruin it for me. So I also it's kind of that aspect too. So I don't know. We'll have to see what we do. Become an art teacher. I'm thinking about becoming a concept artist and illustrator. Yeah, that's an awesome job. Art teacher. Thank you, Ricky. I love the support though. All right, let's do the finger fries. So the finger fries on this one is gonna be a little bit tricky because they're a little bit of a perspective gymnastics for us. So if you have the reference at home in front of you on your digital laptop, it's perfect because you can trace the finger fries angle, like the lines, and you can replicate yourself. So I'm gonna do that right now for you guys so you can see basically what I'm trying to replicate. So my sibling just keeps walking through the door. Siblings always trying to get them all up in your business. Oh, an animator. That sounds so much fun, though. Yeah, art schools are really not that good about art. Like I've talked to so many art school students, and they're like, literally, I learned everything myself. I wish I didn't go because they're like, I learned everything myself. Like the professor didn't teach me anything; they just handed me a book. And I'm like, I read books all the time. Like I don't need that. Hand mitten. Yeah, let's do the mitten first because I think it will be easier for you guys to kind of see. I skip the mitten sometimes, but I think it's really good to start off with the mitten. It's really good. I love it because I can see all that angle of the forefingers. So this mitten isn't as attractive as the other ones just because you don't have that nice arch. I love the arch. I think it's so fun. The spreading fingers, it's so dramatic. I love drawing drama hands, like, oh, how dare you, like, Bartholomew. Like, nobody's hands look like that, but it's so much fun. All right, let's do this thing. Mitten. So the mitten for this one, you don't really get a good shape out of it. I'm not going to lie. It kind of looks like a pancake. I don't know. It's very flat, very fanny, but it's good because it'll give you kind of the stopping and starting points of those two middle fingers because it's kind of hard in this perspective. So I really do advise you guys have the references at home and you trace on top of them and you replicate the shape. I do it all the time. I don't care if it's tracing because it's so good, guys. So you don't, of course, you don't keep the trace, but you trace it once and then you do it yourself. I think it's such a good way to learn. I do it all the time. I think it's so good, especially if you have like a difficult perspective pose. I think it's so good to do. So good. And I will defend anybody who does it. I will be like, how dare you? Let my babies learn. Let them do what they got to do. All right, cool. Dude, I didn't even see the thumb peeking through right here. What a sneak. That's a sneaky little thumb. We'll do that last because I don't really think that's going to be too hard. All right, I think our mittens look pretty similar in size. They might be a little different, but guys, we're artists here. We're not photocopiers, so we're going to do what we got to do. I'm so late. No, don't worry about it. We are, what time zone are you in? I'm in Eastern, baby. So it is Nika's dinner, my dinner time. I need some dinner. All right, let's do the finger fries now that we have our mitten established. Hard to see fries. Yeah, let me do a better color. That was an evil little color that I did for you guys. Sorry about that. Let's see. No, still pretty bad. Guys, I promise the next live, it'll be so much clearer. I'm trying to play around with the software that lets me just cast my iPad all the way here so you guys, we can get rid of the fatto monitor that's in my dreams right now. Because there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. Yeah, the skin color is just not showing up that well, so we're just gonna try to emulate it. The pinky's fry is super straight though. Like it's barely doing anything funky. So you guys should just draw a straight line for the pinky. That's literally all you gotta do. Straight line all the way to the end of that mitten, and you're good to go. You can curve it a little bit. You want to be a little spicy, but that's pretty much it. 5 a.m. Baby, no, go to bed. Oh, Brazil, hey! I love seeing when you guys are from different countries. That is so awesome. It makes me feel like I'm so international or something. There's a site called Drawbox. It gives free lessons for beginner artists. Talks about perception. Yes, no, that's some good stuff. There's also homework time missing and one for critique. Oh, that sounds awesome. Almost 6 p.m. Okay, y'all are living all across the world. I love that. California is fine. I got family in California. All right, so the last finger fry right here. The middle finger and the index finger are pretty close. I see that the index finger, the middle finger comes out a little bit more towards the viewer, so we're gonna try to capture that today. I hope you guys have the perspective of the references at home because it'll just really help you a lot if you can see it right in front of you, so you can see those minute little details. So the ring finger actually goes past the middle finger because it's just kind of extended more forward. So I'm going to try to capture that with my fry here. And the index finger over here is doing a fancy little kind of bend back. He's a little sassy. I love that. It's a little sassy. Okay. And he's coming forward. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay. Forward. Okay. And then he's stopping right at the edge of our mitten. So the mitten was very helpful for this one, at least for me. So I can kind of see all the different sizes of my lines. All right, cool. The thumb is literally probably right here. Boop. So he didn't really do much. All right, how you guys doing? East gang. Woo, Chinoa. Woo. Chinoa, are you Chinoa from the Discord? If you are, hello. I love your voice. So you don't have to sleep. Can you slow down and so I can get the references? Yeah, the references are on the Discord. I sent all my stuff in the Discord. It's so good. What should I do if I want more cartoony hands? If you want more cartoony hands, I would suggest playing around with the number of your fingers. I've seen a lot of cartoon artists kind of like Mickey Mouse's. I'm trying to think. He kind of has like this ball thing, and he has these 3 lines on his, which is funny because these 3 lines actually represent the tendons on the back of your hand. So you guys, you see these things right here? Those are your tendons, and you only see them on the back of the hand. You have 4 for your fingers, 2 for your thumb right here. And so you see all 4 of those on the back of your hand. So that's kind of the Mickey Mouse one. So you can play around with your details. I suggest learning how to draw like anatomically correct hands. And then once you kind of understand how that works, you can kind of mess around with your anatomy and stuff. So like I've seen some really good artists who do kind of the finger, they kind of like 4 fingers a little bit. I think those are really cute. They kind of do the 4 finger thing. I think they're really cute. They're just not for me. I'm a very I love me some dramatic hands. You know, I love me some Hisoka looking, you know, pointy, dramatic hands. I thought those were bones, lol. Bro, I thought these were veins. For facts though, I thought these were juicy veins. And like literally it took me an embarrassingly amount of time in my life to realize that these things were tendons from your muscles. So they're being sent down from, oh man, I think it's your extensor digitorum all the way down here. And they're being controlled. They're controlling all your fingers. It's really cool. Bro, blows my mind. I'm like, oh my God, that is so cool. Maybe I'll go into something for anatomy in college. I think I know a lot of anatomy, and I think it's a lot of fun to learn. And then I'll be even better, so I can teach you guys all the good, all that good. All right. So let's do the second hardest step, in my opinion, but it's still a lot of fun, the double loops. So once we finish the double loops, we're going to turn off this layer, and we are basically going to do our details, and we're going to define everything. It's going to look so good. It's going to look so good. And then we'll move on to another hand, and then we'll call it a night, and I'll give you all kisses, and we'll go to bed. All right. So let's do a different color because I keep picking the world's worst colors. Sorry about that, guys. And we'll do our double loops. All right, I'm going to take a dark pink, and we're going to do that. So it stops at the knuckle, and since this is the back of the hand, the first knuckle right here is going to be completely from here to the first knuckle to the first that metacarpal is going to be exactly the same size as the other half. The perspective might trick you guys a little bit. It might be look a little bit shorter. That's because it might be going in the distance a little bit more, but it looks pretty much the same to me, about the same size. So we're not going to worry too much about that. So, and let's do our, this one looks a little bit shorter just because the finger is bent right here. And then you have the second part kind of shooting out. I feel like it confuses me a lot when I divide my fingers in three. So I love dividing my fingers just in twos and like where the half goes. Because this joint doesn't really bend all that much. He barely bends. I don't know if I just have stiff fingers, but like the most bending is kind of in that first joint. So I feel like if you can bend that first joint a lot, just know it's there, then your fingers will look a little bit better. I don't know if that made sense. I think that's just my quarrels with fingers. Will you be posting this on my YouTube? Can you help me draw the wrist? Yeah. I'll help you out in a second. Let me finish drawing my finger fries. Yeah, this live will be posted on YouTube. I'm gonna like, oh man, watching myself on lives is such an inversion for me. I'm just like, oh my god, I'm minion, bro. I look minion. Oh my gosh. But I do it for you guys. So we're finishing up the fries. Guys, this is looking pretty good. I'm so proud of us right now. I believe in us. Oh, by the way, if you finish the hands, I love to see your guys' work. So just send them in those art homework finish section. This is going to be the art homework for the week. So if you guys attended the live, guess what? You're done, my beautifuls. You got no more homework this week. So that's awesome. So you guys can just enjoy yourself and just, I don't know, draw more hands if you want with your newfound abilities and just have fun. Come to the game nights. I had so much fun at the game night the other day. I was such a loser, though. I lost so bad. You guys creamed me. It was so bad. We have a movie night, I think, this Saturday, yeah. And we have a movie night this Saturday, so that's going to be fun. It lagged for a second, and I just heard a wing, ding, ding. Okay, interesting. I feel like you just wanted me to say that. I think you just wanted me to say that out loud. You totally got me, though. We were in the middle of a panini. Interesting. I don't know what that means, but I'm totally for it. I'm totally for paninis. I think they're good. They're a good sandwich. The bread is very strong. It's a good bread sandwich. Oh, sorry about that. The game was like, it was like a guessing game, basically, where you kind of guess the song. But there's this girl who's just so good at her. Her name is Kaylee. She is so good. I swear to God, that girl was just made of music. Like, I don't know if she listens to music in her sleep and that's how it worked, or I don't know. She was so good. She gets me every time. Like, she just shows up. I like never see her in the Discord, but when she shows up for game nights, man, she is killing the game. All right, remember, this one's a little bit tricky because it's coming at you. So divide your finger fries accordingly, or your double loops accordingly. And then we're going to turn this down, and we are going to work on our details. It's going to look so good, guys. Everyone's going to be so jealous. All the kids who didn't come, they're going to be like, bro, your hands look so good. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I know, I went to the live. You guys got to brag on yourselves a little bit. And if you really want to brag on yourselves, y'all post this on your Instagram, tag me in it, use our class hashtag, and I will like literally show your post so much love. I like to share you guys' artwork on my story because you guys are my buddies. I want to get you guys famous. Because if we all share the love, then I feel like we can all be famous. That's my ideology, at least. All right. I think I'm content with that finger. I'm going to throw in the thumb. He's a little creeper thumb. He's not very exciting. He starts in between the first and the first joint area. First phalanx, so that's what we're going to do. Little creep thumb. Oh, hello. Hi, Perveen. How you doing? Oh no, are you scared of chatting the Discord? Literally, the Discord is so chill, homie. Like, if you're ever scared of chatting the Discord, literally come and chat with me. Like, I will chat with you all day long. In the teachers section, just be like, "Yo, how was your day?" And I'll be like, "My day was good, bro. My day was so good." The Discord's really nice. I make people be nice. Like, if people are not nice to you, like they will be nice to you. That's just a promise. It's a Discord promise. My promise to you. No one will be mean to my students. All right, we are finished. Dude, that looks so good. We did a great job. How you guys doing? Mine's a little wonky here, but it's fine. Yes, you will be at. Oh, it's gorgeous. Carzina said hers is gorgeous. Okay, Bloom Bloom, I love that. So if you're working on digital, you can do this with me. You can turn your opacity down on all your stuff, and you can come do your detail work. If you're working on traditional, you can lightly erase everything. But if you're satisfied with your hand thus far, I'm not saying just keep it the way it is. But I like to do a little bit of detail work when I'm done, just to clean up some of those rougher edges. So let's do this thing and just combine everything and make it nice and smooth. So let's get a new. I'm gonna bring this up here. Doop. Looks good. All right, let's do detail work. All right. So this is where having the reference at home is going to give you so much, like it's going to be so helpful because you're going to see all the different creases and stuff. So I see a crease up here. This fatty part right here is called the hypocenter eminence, and it makes the side of your pinky really soft and like squishy. So you're going to have to really depict that squish, you know. You can even see in the reference a little bit, it's just much squishier around there. So if you guys are really interested in the anatomy, I'm releasing that video tomorrow so you guys can have that nice anatomy. Oh, Sunday, sorry, movie night Saturday. Guys, I'm starting calculus and I'm so, oh, bye, Mac Love. Yay, I'm so happy, Thailand V. That makes me so happy. Hands are so much fun to draw. The only thing I hate drawing like with a passion is feet, guys. Feet do something to me that I just can't. I just like I don't know what possesses my hand. They just look like literal triangles with toes. I cannot. And it's my problem because I skipped drawing feet so many times because I hated them. So I would just draw shoes, and now I can't draw feet. The little piggies look like toaster ovens. It's really tragic. My biggest weakness, I feel like it's an Achilles heel, you know, like one day like, a famous artist is gonna be like, wow, your art is so good, but I need you to draw some feet for me. And I'm be like, no, why would you do that? I don't know. It's just my biggest nightmare. It's just so bad. All right, you guys see how I'm drawing the tendons? Just kind of depicting them. They're not accurate, but you know, this is art, guys. We can just fake it till we make it, all right? Because the tendons would be a little bit more centered, but I just want to kind of depict them a little bit. Not super hyper realistically, but I want to have them there. I think they're fun. I think they give so much character to your hand. Where I see those knuckles, I'm going to just kind of make a feather at the end. You see how I'm using that finger bone up here? Coming around. Yeah. All right, looks good. I can't wait to turn this off to see how this looks. Sometimes my line art looks so bad, bro. But I believe in this one. I do. I think it's going to look super good. All right. This photo is whoever's in this photo has some beautiful hands. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. Like I genuinely look at people's hands. Like I know that's weird, but if you got some good hands, I'm gonna be like, bro, I want to draw your hands. Those are some good hands you got on your arms right there. Like call me weird, but I'm just a connoisseur of good things, and that's all I gotta say about that. Connoisseur of good things. Have you drawn fists yet? No, we haven't. It would be really good. I should go through fists. Actually, I did some fists. I talked about fists in the video that I'm going to release Sunday, so you guys will be able to have that a little bit more. Oh, forgot to say, you guys can see the webbing a little bit in between the fingers. So if you're having a hard time connecting your fingers and they look really weird, like they're floating, just throw in some webbing right there. So I'm going to throw in some webbing right here, and it looks so much better. Oh, French kiss, so much better. Or what is it, chef's kiss? I always mix it up with French kiss. So people have no idea what I'm saying. Yeah. All right, cool. Looks good. Loving it. I played football and bro, I played basketball and I have basketball player hands. Look at these sausage boys, bro. I look like I could take a bear right now. Like I literally could, and that's not a bad thing. Like I want people to be fear me. Like I want to be like walking down the street and like be intimidating. That's my goal. You've seen like Legends of Korra. That's what I want to look like. Like that's the goal. Like those her muscles, man. Those are so good. Give me guns like Legends of Korra. That's just the dream. we all have what we aspire to be. Some people want to be supermodels. Some people want to be like professional athletes. I want to be the girl from that Avatar show. And I have no regrets. Oh, that's so sweet, Simp. Oh, I'm so glad that you're reaching out to them. Yeah, I wanted to have like a little bit of a buddy program or something in the Discord because we have a lot of shy artists here, and the point of the community is to like make art friends. Because like in real life, people don't do art that much, like not as much as we do at least, and like we want people to talk about it with. And so like, I wanted to have like a little buddy program, so you could have like a Discord buddy. I wasn't sure how to do it though. I was thinking like just like have a Discord buddy where you kind of like meet up or something and do projects together. I thought that would just be so much fun, but I have no idea. I've been looking for bots that would do that, like assign people a buddy. But then it's also like the logistics of it, like how would like what if someone's not as active as somebody, or what about the age range? I don't want to stick like a 22-year-old, but like a 13-year-old. That's crazy. So I have to figure stuff out like that just to keep the safety. Your hands look nice. Thank you. How long have you been drawing for? Okay. Okay, this is going to sound really weird, but I need you guys to. Okay, I'm going to be super honest. I have not been drawing for that long in my life. Like, I've always drawn. Like, I feel like everybody's drawn before, but I haven't been serious about drawing since sophomore year of high school, which was, I'm a senior now. So that's about 2 to 3 years ago. And so, how I got really good really fast at drawing is I stopped focusing on art style. So I know people are gonna be like, "Well, that doesn't make any sense. You need to build your art style up so you can have like a different look to your drawing." But I think art style comes naturally. I really do. I think it's one of those things that you start developing over the years of drawing. I think a lot of young artists or beginning artists like myself, we want to find our art style so badly that we don't learn the things that we should have learned, like perspective and anatomy and like um, color theory and stuff like that. We just skip all that because we just want to get that beautiful art style. And then when it doesn't come to us, and we're gonna get frustrated, like, bro, why does my art not look like their art? And that's because people who have their art style have already mastered their basics. They already mastered anatomy. They already mastered color theory and things like that, and rendering and painting. And when you don't master those things, and then you move on to art style, and you spend all your time on art style, then your paintings always look like they're missing something. So I just totally bitched out. I was so obsessed with art style. All I would do was just paint different anime eyes and stuff. And it was fun. It was fun. And I learned how to do a really good one anime eye. But when it came to putting it on the face, it didn't really fit right. And it looked silly. I draw realism. That's my art style. Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying you have to draw realism. I'm just saying, like, when you're starting out, you have to, like, know the proportions and stuff so that you can tweak them. Like, the proportions for the face are usually in their 1/3, but a lot of anime artists will like make it 1/2 to shrink it down to make it cuter. So they'll shrink the face down to 1/2 and put all the features on the bottom half, so it's like super cute and like tippy like. But if you don't know the original proportions, the anime proportions always come out a little bit funky, a little funky. And then you always have to relearn stuff you did incorrectly too. Like I had to relearn so much incorrect stuff this past year, just like teaching you guys. I relearned so much stuff that I was doing wrong because of that period of my life where I was like so obsessed with art style that I was like, oh no, 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 this is just my art style. The way the knee bends right there, that's my art style. So I had to relearn so much stuff because I was drawing it wrong. And see, you don't know that it doesn't look good too. Like I didn't know that my heads were massive. Like now that I look back at all my old art, I'm like, throw it away. The heads were massive. And I didn't know because I didn't know the proportion. All right, we're done. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Oh my god, I went too fast. All right, we finished. Hey Teach, can you please say hi to Baby the Demon? Oh, hi Baby the Demon. Sorry, I've been talking to draw, so I probably missed it. Who is the person? I've been drawing for about 3 years, and I still have a long way to go. No, I have a long way to go too. Like I will never say like people would come at me on Instagram like, why are you teaching people? You need to learn how to draw better. And I'm like, bro, I'm not saying like I'm the perfect artist or anything. I'm just saying like I'm telling people what I know how to do. Like I know how to draw hands, so I'm gonna teach people how to draw hands. I would never teach people how to draw feet. That would just be a crime. I would be steering you guys wrong. But I think that every artist has that one thing that they know how to do really well. And if they research and they talk to a lot of anatomy professionals, I talk to tons of anatomy tutors before I teach, then you can totally start putting things together. But yeah, I have a long way to go too. I really want to work on my perspectives and stuff. Oh, hi Judy, please plays 1, 2, 3. Yeah, color block or please. Where do you experience art block and how do you get out of it? Okay, this is really weird, but I don't think I've ever had real art block. Like I've had periods in my life when I was feeling really sad and it would come through my art. But I'm one of those people, like, I think work makes me want to draw more. Like, and let's say if I have like millions of assignments, I'm like, damn, I really want to draw more. So I have to be busy. Like during the summer, I get so bored. I don't even want to draw. Like, I have to be like, I have to have my life going kind of like crazy that I'm like, man, I want to draw. It's like, I can't have it, but I want to do it. So I'm like drawing in my math homework or something. So if you are having art block, my best advice is Pinterest. I go on Pinterest for a few minutes and I'm feeling really good. Or redraw something, or try a different medium. Yeah, I was actually really motivated with digital art for a little bit. I was really bored with it and I wanted to try something new. And I started painting. And guys, when I started painting, my digital art got so much better because I realized how much digital art is just like painting. You start with your layers on a canvas, you let it dry, and then you keep building it up. And my digital art got so much better, bro. So I suggest trying different mediums. It's so good. Actively for 4 years, but it took seriously 2 years ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think everyone's drawing their whole lives, but you start taking it seriously and like, I want to be good at this. My hand looks ugly. No, no, I believe in your hand. I keep having art block and I don't know why. So I think art block has a lot to do with mental health as well. I find when I'm feeling very depressed or unmotivated, I don't have like super bad art block like some artists, but I do feel like I have to push myself harder to draw. But when I'm a little bit more like I can get out of bed better, I feel like drawing just comes easier to me. So sometimes you might have some underlying like stress and anxiety that you might need to deal with to if you keep having art blocks. Imagine your teacher finding this. My teacher knows I do this actually. My teacher is Mr. Brandhorst, my art teacher. Oh, I love Mr. Brandhorst. He's my favorite. He always sends me stuff on my Instagram. He's like, hey, you should draw this. And he's awesome. He knows I do this actually. And he helps me a lot. Like I send him my lessons and he always looks at it. He's like, yo, these lessons are good. And I'm like, thank you, Mr. Brandhorst. You made me happy. But yeah, he sees these all the time and found the answer. Here's what you have to do. First, you're learning. Stop trying to make good drawings. Just keep drawing. Yes, this is it. Little low H. That's perfect. I forgot to mention. Yeah, during the summer, I was hella like upset. Like 2 summers ago, I was like, my art looks bad. And, like I'm so depressed. And I think that kind of made drawing harder. And so I made a list of things that I was good at, which was I was good at drawing eyes, I was good at drawing faces, but I was really bad at drawing bodies and things like that. And so basically, I made a list of the things that I was bad at. I made a list of those. And I started going through that list of stuff that I was bad at, and I would focus on it. And then I started getting much better, and I felt much better about myself. And I stopped comparing myself to other artists, and I started comparing myself to myself. Basically, I was like, "Oh, this art from 1 year ago was horrible, but look at me now. Like I'm doing so much better." So compare yourself to yourself, guys. Be patient with yourself. All right, let's do one more hand for tonight, and then I'm gonna go eat some dinner. Get some dinner, some din dins. But this one will be one. I think the lollipop will be fun to do. 2 and 3. Okay. So you guys go ahead in the chat. We have this one's 1. So go ahead and type. You can type 1 in for 1. This is 2, and this is 3 right here. Oh, I'm so glad it little H. Yes, yes, that's awesome. Okay, 3 has a paintbrush in her hand. So 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm hearing a lot of 1s. I'm thinking it's gonna be 1 for tonight. All right, we had a ton of 1s. All right. All right, it's gonna be 1, everybody. Let's do this thing. I think 1's really fun. I don't know if I'll have time to draw this face, but okay. Can we talk about this profile? I'm a simp. A simp. It's beautiful. The skin of the acne-less skin, I can appreciate it. You guys can't tell because the camera quality in this is so trash, which I'm thankful from. The nice blur makes me look so much better. But yeah, no, clear skin is something I appreciate. I appreciate much, a lot. I love drawing hands, guys. I love drawing them so much. Alrighty, let's do this thing. All right, Let's start off with the basics. I'm going to draw them right next to each other so I don't have to do the flip of death. So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna use dark color. Let's start with the box. The box in this one's pretty easy, I think. Still have that 3D perspective, but it's not as difficult as the other one. So you're gonna have to practice with a lot of hand references before you can draw the boxes as easily as I can. Oh, sorry. This is because it's so light. I'm gonna have to sit in front of it. Oh, guys, I promise the next live is gonna be so much better. I'm gonna get rid of this stinking monitor and finally be able to just screen share this straight up. I think it's gonna look so much better. All right. I want to flex my hands. Go ahead and send them in the Discord, Judy. I'd love to see them. All right, we got this, guys. We got this one. This one's actually not too bad. I think the other one we did was harder. Like, I'm gonna be honest. This one sucks because the screen's so light though, and the glare is trying to catch on it. Nope. Okay, let's see if I can. That's a little bit better. Okay. All right, let's copy the box. Let's copy the box, everybody. If you have the reference at home, go ahead and copy that box right there. I don't know why, but the Jenny song has been stuck in my head for a month. Like, I don't know why. Like, random times I'll hear it in my head, like the Jenny song, and it's crazy. My best friend. Na, 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 na. All right. Yeah, that's a little too small. I'm gonna have baby hands on here if I keep up that. All right, we're gonna make our hands a little bit thinner. This is, I don't know if this is like a famous model or K-pop star. I can't tell because it's only like one for those face. But oh my gosh, the skin so clear, so jealous. All right. All right, I think that's a pretty good, the half. I think it's pretty close. It's pretty straight a little bit. You can still see the thinner eminent, hypothinner eminence coming through a little bit. Yeah, no, but I love my art teacher. He's so cool. Okay, full disclosure, he's my first art teacher I've ever had. Like, I've had like middle school art teachers, but like, you know, the one middle school art teachers literally are like, you can draw a horse or whatever. But I was so scared when I came to my new high school. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, this art teacher's gonna be crazy. He's gonna be like, your values are wrong and stuff. He was so awesome. He would just literally tell me, do whatever I want. And I was like, yo, like, thanks. And I grew so much. Like, as an artist, I'm a pretty independent learner. So I don't really thrive under a lot of structure. So he was pretty much like, yeah, do whatever you want. And I was like, yo, like, I'm gonna do whatever I want. And so I had a lot of fun in that class. It was kind of he kind of let me be me, which was awesome. That's why I don't like forcing you guys to do things you don't want to do. Like, I'm not gonna like give you zeros or whatever. I just want you guys to have fun and like learn and stuff if you want it. And like, I don't care if you like draw like your hands and they're like flying with wings or whatever. It's just have fun, you know, with your practice and stuff. If you want to draw cartoon hands, do your cartoon hands, you know. I don't think art should be so stressful. Oh, you can't see. Sorry. All right, I'm gonna try something and see if this works. Oh, I hope I can get rid of this monitor soon. It's so bad. Sometimes it changes based on the light that I do. Let's try dark background. See if that works. Okay, I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna try flipping the canvas. See if that works. No, the dark background was worse. I think the dark background was worse. Let's try a pink background. I can see a little bit better with the pink. Let's see if I can get rid of this glare though. Okay, I think that's working. I think you guys can see this a bit better. Oh, yeah, let me flip it back because I know you guys you were working in my orientation, so I don't want to mess you guys up. Oh, bye. I'm so happy you were here though. Bye bye. Yeah, I can't wait to get rid of this monitor. It's so bad, bro. I'm trying to find like ways that I can just screencast it. So hopefully by the next live, I'll have that worked out so I can just pop it up on the screen and we can skip the struggle. All right, looks good. I think we have a good toast, or at least my toast is finishing. All right, looks good, looks good. Yeah, I feel so bad for people who have like terrible art teachers. Like I've heard horror stories. Like you can't draw anime in my class. You can't do anything. My Mr. Brainhorse is like literally do draw whatever you want anime. I don't care. I mean, he is about learning the basics though. He's like, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but if you don't know how to draw the right way, then other art professionals are going to make fun of you. Like, if you want to be like a real art professional, like you can do whatever you want. Like, I've seen art professionals who literally draw like fancy stickmen, but the reason that they're professionals is because they know all the basics and stuff, and they've mastered their skill, and they just kind of say, "I don't care anymore. I'm going to do whatever I want," you know. Oh, I'm so glad, Risky Vitamin. Yes, I will post this whole video hopefully, and I think I'll throw a filter on it so it can stop being as blurry as it is. Yikes. Alrighty, looks good, looks good. Let's get into the. I don't think we're gonna do mitten for this one. I mean, yeah, yes we can because there is a nice arc there that I think we can work with. I'm worried my hand's gonna be too small because I made my box a little too small. Try to stretch it out a little bit by just a little bit. That looks more accurate. Yeah, I would love if you guys, everybody here was working side by side with the references because it does so helpful for me. I can literally hear my mom laughing. She's laughing so hard. I think she's watching a sitcom. All right, let's do the mittens. I love my mom's laugh, and she's having so much fun. All right, I think I'm gonna section it off by uh, kind of two and kind of get that. Oh, sorry guys, it's a really light picture, so it's like freaking out my camera. So I sectioned it off into two pretty basic mitten shapes. I'm gonna do the two for the thing, and then the second one. I don't think I'm gonna do a mitten for the second one. It's just too hard. I think I'm just gonna skip the mitten for this one. You don't really see a very good curvature for this one, so it's kind of a redundant step. But you guys can go ahead and do it if you want. I'm wondering if it's the glare of the camera that's making it super. Hmm. Nah, nope. That was better. I think I'm gonna sit closer. I think it works if I sit closer. All right, cool. All right, let's do our finger fries, guys. So the finger fries on this one, ooh, they're so fancy. I love it. Such a sassy, like, lift of the finger. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so crisp. These are the fingers to die for, guys. I swear he puts makeup on his hands. Nobody's fingers can look this flawless. I'm just saying. He has to be wearing makeup on his hands, right? Oh no, you gave her a thumbs up. Oh, bye, Angie. Had her and Hunt, Annie Hunt. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Thank you for coming. All right, yeah, this is a long live, so you guys, if you guys step out, I totally understand. I know people come in at different times, so if they want to see the process. Yeah, no, the reason why I move really fast when I start my initial sketches is when you have really slow, detailed sketches in the beginning, it makes your art really stiff. That's what I've kind of started to come to notice. So I start with my sketch, and I try to keep my sketch under 5 minutes at the most. But because I'm working with you guys, I kind of slow it down for you guys. No, I do suggest trying to time yourself with your initial sketch and just get the basic shapes down, and then you go back with the details. Because when you start with the basic shapes and then you do the details, it's so much better than doing details and basic shapes because then your work gets stiff, and then you get stiff pose syndrome. All right, let's divide those fingers in half. I think you can have plastic surgery on a hand. I think you can. This person is just too beautiful. Like I don't understand. It's gotta be the surgery. I can't. The knuckles, everything's perfect. It doesn't make any sense. My knuckles are hanging. They look terrible. All right, I can't. Oh my god, beautiful hand, beautiful hand. Okay, this is perfect, guys. You can see the illustration perfectly. So from that middle knuckle, it completely divides itself in half. So you can see it's almost the same size. The nail makes it a little bit longer, but you don't have to worry about the nail. So we're dividing it in half again. Remember, guys, you can see the webbing. The webbing is going to connect your fingers, but we can worry about that later. Guys, webbing is your best friend. It makes your fingers look so much better. Sleepers for the weak. That's my thing. Oh my god, it's 4 a.m. Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. Oh my god. But I used to respect the dedication. If you're here at 4 a.m. just to learn how to be art, you're going to be an amazing artist one day. Because my ass will be sleeping. You're an amazing artist. That's the facts. Because you are going to do great things in your life. Because I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. At 4 in the morning, you would not catch me. So this bump right here, guys, that is your metacarpal. And I'm going to explain all about metacarpals in the video that I'm going to release on Sunday. It's going to be so good because you're going to see how all those bumps in your fingers actually work, and it'll be a little bit less confusing. So let's do that. I just broke down the fingers right now. Oh my god, 2 a.m. You guys, you beautiful. Oh my god, and you got homework. Oh my gosh, you guys are so dedicated. Oh man, I'm sorry about that, guys. I really try to be considerate of time zones. It's just 8 o'clock is the best time for me for lives or anything because during the day I have school, and then from 4 to 6 I'm either with my parents doing errands and stuff or finishing up like assignments for class, and then 8 o'clock is finally the time I get to sit down and finish write the lessons and stuff. Like from 6 to 7 I'll finish my lessons, and then I'll go live from 8. So it's a pretty strenuous process, but I love it. Oh snap, 3 a.m. Oh my god, you guys are crazy and crazy kids. The dedication is surreal. Please eat or drink something. I don't need no food. I breathe and live art. I eat art. I don't need no food. Nah, it's okay. I had like a heavy lunch. I ate like 2 slices of pizza. It was so good, bro. Okay, guys, this is gonna sound bougie as heck, but bro, I went to Whole Foods for like, and my parents got pizza. I was like, how good is Whole Foods? I always hear about Whole Foods and how like everyone's like, oh, Whole Foods just tastes better. I was like, nah, Whole Foods is just for rich people, right? Bro, Whole Foods is crazy, bro. Like my mind was being exploded when I ate like the food. I was like, that is crazy. Like never have I ever eaten something like this. Like the food is just good. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like I don't care about organic stuff. I'm like, bro, I don't care if it's GMO or organic. Corn, it's $2 corn versus $5 corn. Like I'm gonna get the not organic stuff. But like, dude, that stuff was so good. It was crazy. I was like, I will never be the same. Lucky's used to have the best pizza. I'm on my phone using mine. Now I gotta eat dinner. All right, bye, Starry. Wait, are you on your phone drawing with your hands? Like drawing with your hands while you're watching live? That's gonna be hard. Drawing with your hands on your phone is literally the hardest thing in the world. Like I used to do that all the time till I got my iPad Pro, and my body was in pain. Like just bending over at that small screen brought me so much agony. But I was so addicted. I used to do it in class, and my teacher would make fun of me, and I'm like, you'll see one day. And I totally am still drawing on like apps and stuff. But I did get better, so I don't do any calculus anymore. But I draw all the time, Miss Valentino. All right, make sure to have that bump for your metacarpals, guys. It's really gonna take your art to the next level. I promise. All right. Oh my gosh, my phone, it's going crazy. Going crazy. All right, I finished. I think I finished. How are you guys doing? I'm done. I drew a face on my phone. Cracked phone. Cracked phone. She said cracked phone. Dang. Until I can save for a tablet. Yeah. Dang, you guys got that dedication. Cracked phone too. Sweet dedication of our young artists today. Doing what they got to do for the grind. I don't know if I would have patience for a cracked phone though. I was like, oh, I can do a phone with a stylus. Like some people be doing their phone with their fingers. Oh my gosh. Every time I see that, I'm like, oh God, I'm sending. Those people are they're in it to win it. Without the stylus too, I'm just like, whew. I'm gonna lift this finger up a little bit more. I just feel like looking back at my reference, I can lift it up a little bit more and it'll look a little bit better. So sometimes the way to compare your references is look at that negative space. I see there's a little bit of a triangle there, so I'm going to try to copy that too. You know what's the weirdest thing? People thinking that there's like secrets to art. Like I've talked to people who are like, bro, why are you teaching people how to draw, bro? Like you got to keep the secrets to yourself. I'm like, you just see there's secrets to art. Like that makes no sense to me. Like that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like I get it if you use like a special brush or something, but like it's just like this knowledge is there, you know? It's like there's no secrets to art. It's like anatomy, but I don't know. I just think like doing that thing where you make people like pay for like basic information to me is just kind of I don't know. It's kind of weird. Joe with my slightly cracked phone with her finger. Oh my gosh! Wait, there were fireworks. That might have been my phone. I'm not gonna lie. My phone was ringing. All right. I like the way that it looks right now. I think I can now I can turn off all the layers and I'm gonna clean it up. I think it looks great. Oh, you know what? I should just, there's a little face right there. Let's see how good I can do this with just a little sketch. Just drew another hand. How do nails work? I don't know how to draw them well. They clump up like poop. Okay, I got that. I got you. Okay, so my nails are so basic. Basically, I see the curvature of the finger. I just gotta do that. Sometimes I want to get fancy. I'll throw it into a point or like a French tip. And if you want to make it look really good, sometimes I add a little bit of that like darker edge. There's like always a darker edge at the outside of your fingers. Sometimes you can do that. Just make sure to leave space between the meaty parts of your finger. I've seen people draw their fingers like this, their fingernails. They'll take the whole finger up, and that's just weird. That looks like a toenail. So make sure you have space, adequate space on both sides like that. French tip, because you've got French tips, beautiful French tips. I'll worry about the face later. I think I want to finish cleaning up my hand first because there's just too much mess. Too much mess. All right, I'm gonna clean it up and we're gonna be done with this for tonight. Man, lower the opacity of everything. Remember, if you're working on paper, you can just erase a little bit. And if you're working on digital, just turn your layers down with me and we can clean up our work and add a little bit of details. And by details, I mean tensions and knuckle textures and all that good stuff. So let's do this thing. Dark purple and just kind of go through it. All right, adding the fat pockets. Remember, the side of the pinky is always a little bit squishy because of the hypocenter eminence. And then you got the knuckle right here. Knuckle right here, knuckle right here. And then you got the tendons. Kind of go on top of that knuckle a little bit. That looks nice. Oh, that looks so good, guys. I'm so happy with the way it's looking right now. Oh, yeah, looks good. Looking good, guys. I'm looking good. I'm liking this. I did that when I tried drawing a paper 2 weeks ago. Are you gonna make another video about this? Because I need to go soon. Yeah. No, I'll make another video about this soon. Yeah, go ahead and go. I know it's late for you guys. Go ahead and go to sleep. All right, we're almost done today. We're almost done. This is going to be the last hand, and then I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to get my din. Hey, Simp, man, you got Simp and Ricky Vitamin. Y'all been here for the long haul. Dang. You guys have been here the whole time. Hello. All right, we are almost done. I'm going to add the details and clean up my line art because I love cleaning up my line art. It looks so much better. Yes, Cloud Sapphire. Marissa, you've been here for day one. Beautiful. Love that. Repping the original Grit Gang. Yeah, some of us have been here since the first Google Classroom in October of last year, and I was like, darn, that's crazy. Gay Weeb's been here for a while. She's been here for a while. Oh yay! Your hand looks good. I'm so proud of you. Trying to fix this finger. I think I can do better. Yeah, I love to see when you guys are improving. So great. People send me the art from before and after the class, and I'm like, whoa, you got better. You got so much better. And it's so awesome to see them improving. I feel like I can only teach so much, but like when you actually like sit down and you like practice it, students just get so much better. Like it's crazy. Like they sit down and they take their time out and they're like, yes, I'm gonna do this. And I'm like, yes. Because they're dedicated. And I'm like, oh my gosh. All right, we are almost done. I'm finishing up the knuckle work and then I'll show you guys my final product. Sorry, it's so sketchy. I'm trying to go a little bit fast so I don't have to stay here. Make sure to keep the webbing in between your fingers. It's a good way to connect your fingers. Alrighty, we are donezo. Oh, and it looks so good. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Let's turn off the layers and see how it turned out. Oh, it's beautiful. His beautiful hands. I'm going to soften this one up just a little bit so it can just look as soft as his hands. Andy was giving me a helping hand. Dude, that reminded me of Handy Mandy. That was my show. Handy Mandy. Bro, that was my show. That was so good, bro. Mine look muscular. Hey, muscular hands are still good hands. And those are just the facts. All right, we are almost donesies. And now we're good. Awesome. And a few creases where that pinky meets the folds. I think this looks pretty close. Sorry, it's doing that thing where it gets blurry again. All right. Bob the Builder. Nah. Handy Mandy was so much better than Bob the Builder. I'm going to upload all these pictures that we did tonight. And I will do the step by step. I will send them in the Patreon for you guys. And thank you guys so much. This was a little bit longer than I'm used to, so I'm sorry, guys. I had you guys here the whole time, but I had a lot of fun. I love doing lives with you guys because I like to hear you guys and talk to you. It's a little bit better than TikTok lives just because I can focus a bit more. Classic, Miranda. If I had money. Oh, thank you. No, I totally understand. Sometimes it's COVID-19, guys. I'm not trying to milk you guys or anything. Like I totally understand that money's tight right now. So if you want to you can just share my social medias. That does so much for me because I'm trying to get that YouTube, sweet YouTube monetization. And so like if you guys can just do that, that means so much to me. Oh, I think somebody's calling me. All right, everybody. All right, I'm gonna go. Oh, all right. You guys send your art in the Discord so I can go look at your beautiful creations. Bye, everybody.